you, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 6th Annual Bloomberg New Economy Forum, and to our global live stream viewers, and to the 500 private sector and government leaders here in this room, hailing from China and India, the Gulf states, and 50 more countries around the world. Thank you all for joining us. It's great to be back in Singapore. Their hospitality and partnership, for that we owe them a special debt. Singapore's president, thank you, Tharman, Prime Minister Lee, and our minister friends sitting in the audience today. Their thoughtful collaboration makes this forum possible, and we greatly appreciate them going above and beyond once again for us. Let me also thank Bloomberg's New Economy partners, whose names you can see displayed on the screen. Each of our partners is well represented here this week, and I know that we've all been looking forward to the program for this year's forum. There is no shortage of instability in the world, as we know, and trying to run away from it would only make it worse. We have to embrace it strategically. And so the first day of the forum is designed to help us examine the different factors driving instability and the risks that they present for the future, which give us a foundation for discussing and developing responses. Of course, none of this would be possible without you, and none of us know what the future holds. But I think it's safe to say that the situation in the Middle East is multiplying already heightened political tensions that have grown around trade and Russia's invasion of the Ukraine. And those tensions carry the risk of widening divisions and deepening conflicts. And that is a challenge not just for government leaders, but for business leaders as well. Back in 2018, we started this forum to serve a specific purpose: to help bridge East and West, North and South, by helping more private sector leaders raise their ambitions and tackle challenges that governments can't meet on their own. I've always been a big believer in the need for closer collaboration between the public and private sector leaders, because each has resources the other doesn't, and each can deliver benefits the others can't. But too often, the private sector views government only as an obstacle rather than a partner, and government views the private sector only as a subject rather than a partner. Our mission at this foundation and forum has always been to break down these barriers and help build bridges across them. And it's work that we conduct throughout the year, including at our regionally focused Gateway conferences, which this year we held in Ireland and Morocco. In addition, the Bloomberg New Economy councils and coalitions that meet regularly are helping company leaders take actions that matches their rhetoric on issues like sustainability, public health, and the energy transition. Now, a crucial part of these gatherings is always having everyone's active participation. This forum is not a spectator sport. We're glad to be interactive and to encourage everyone to discuss possible areas of collaboration during the breakout sessions and in the one-on-one meetings. We'll also have chances to gather here as a full group to hear from a number of global leaders, and that includes John Kerry, who will outline U.S. priorities leading up to this year's UN Climate Conference in the United Arab Emirates. Another from former Secretary of State who has been instrumental in shaping this week's program, someone we are very lucky to have on the forum's advisory board, my good friend Henry Kissinger. Henry, you should know, has devoted a great deal of his professional life to strengthening ties between the U.S. and China. And given that Henry has been alive for over a full century now, it's fair to say that he has been doing this work for quite some time. Collaboration between the U.S. and China is critical to meeting all the economic challenges that we're going to discuss this week, from global trade and development to climate crisis. So today, I know Henry is tuned in back in New York and looking forward, as I am, to hearing from our next speaker, who has a deep firsthand knowledge of the world's most consequential bilateral relationship, China's Vice President Han Zhang. About 15 years ago, when I was serving as mayor of New York City, Vice President Han was the mayor of Shanghai, and he was kind enough to welcome me to that city hall when I came to visit. And under his leadership, Shanghai really became one of the world's most dynamic cities. The most effective mayors are always problem solvers and bridge builders, exactly the kind of leaders we created this forum to showcase. He became vice president earlier this year, succeeding Wang Shishan, a longtime friend of the forum, and we are grateful that he has taken the time to join us and share his perspective, especially as President Biden and Xi prepared to meet face-to-face next week. Now let's hear from him. Please join me in welcoming Chinese Vice President Han.